Hey guys, what's up? Friends YT here. So, welcome to this very special impromptu live chat. This chat was not planned at all. So, if you are watching this delayed, don't fret. We never planned for this to happen, but I feel like this is the least we can do to celebrate the fact that we now know who Cece's killer is, and it was Mona. I'm so happy right now, you guys. And I did a quick little look around to see what other people's reactions are. Some people liked it, some people hated it, and it was all based on Mona being revealed as the killer. But as you guys know, I wanted this to happen, and I definitely wanted it to be Mona if Mona couldn't be AD. And from what I saw in the promos, it looks like Mona is not AD because she's talking to AD. So I'm so happy, so happy that Mona ended up being Charles's killer. My God, you guys, this is fantastic. I'm over the moon. Best ever Pretty Little Liars episode. So if you are in the room for this very impromptu live chat, say hi and I'll definitely give you a shout out, and let's start discussing this chat right away. Now, to end all confusion, if you are watching this delayed, we are still going to be doing our chat tomorrow, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so don't worry, that will still remain the same, but I just really want to talk about this right now as well. So let's get to it. We have a lot of people in the room, which is awesome. AD is here. Hi, AD. Hi, Laura B. Hi, Alofa. Did you enjoy your pie? I didn't have pie, but I had a drink. I definitely had a drink. So thanks very much for that. I needed the break. So thanks, Alofa. Omar says, this episode was great. Wasn't it, though? It was fantastic. Probably one of the best Pretty Little Liars episodes ever. So happy. Ellen is here. Hi, Ellen. Angela Girl says hi. Hi, Angela Girl. Ellen says, is this live? Yes, it is. This is live. So, welcome. You're here when we're starting, Ellen. That's awesome. AD says, I did a video on my updated lair. Awesome. I'll definitely check that out at the end of this chat, AD. Alofa says, who do you think AD is? Well, I think I need to come to terms with the fact that it is not Mona. But after the reveal that we had tonight of her being Cece's killer, I don't care, quite frankly, if it's not Mona. I'm so happy we got a Mona reveal. Yay, Janelle, I'm so proud of you. Who is AD? Oh, look, as long as it's not a twin or Bethany Young, I'll probably be fine with it. But I really hope it's Jenna, but we will have to see. Who do you guys think AD is? I mean, now's the time to talk about it, right? And you guys can tell me anything. There's no need to hold back spoilers because clearly I've seen the episode. Someone was telling me that the live chat that I just did with you guys before when I did the live reaction video has been taken down for copyright reasons. I've never received a notification about that, but it hasn't come up. So that's totally fine. I almost expect that because I think you guys heard the episode. So that's totally fine. As long as they're going to let us have our live chats, I'm more than fine with them doing that because we were there. So that's what matters. Omar says, Toby is on my suspect list. Now, he wasn't even in the episode. Yeah, it was really interesting that Toby wasn't there considering Caleb and Ezra and Allison, I guess if you're looking at Emily, were. So where is Toby? Certainly it would make sense that he could be AD. Laura says, I agree, it was great and cannot wait for the finale. How great was it? Oh my God. I just want to hug Marlene right now. I never thought I would see such a great episode. So happy. Thank you, Marlene. That's justice right there. Brittany says, Francois, hi, Brittany. Thank you so much for being here. Honey Hepburn says, yay. Thank you, honey. We totally had to have this chat. I could not leave that episode. If any of you came to my Shadowhunters chat, I mean, you guys, it literally went something like this. Hi, guys, let's talk about Shadowhunters. We need to talk about PLL. I don't really remember what happened in Shadowhunters. I need to do another PLL chat, so that's why we're here. We so totally need to talk about this, you guys. And thank you for holding back and not spoiling it for me. Ellen says, I thought you were doing Shadowhunters. I was, but I've just explained what's happened there. So I will do a proper Shadowhunters live chat next week, I promise. I guess I've just been so overwhelmed by PLL, I just couldn't do a proper Shadowhunters chat. So I'm sorry about that. I really am, but I will do one next week for sure to make up for it. Brittany says, all the lads look suspect. Yeah, don't they? They all look very suspect. It really could be anyone at this stage. I have my eye on Ezra. I don't want it to be Ezra, but I have my eye on him because Why the heck does he just want to get out of there? I don't like that. It could also be Allison. And is Allison faking her pregnancy? Well, in my opinion, yes, she is. We also have to talk about the scene with Allison in the classroom. It finally happened, and it was a dream. That was upsetting. And had the killer been a twin, I probably would have hated this episode because of the dream. But because the reveal of the killer was so good, it overshadowed my disappointment. But we can definitely still talk about that scene. Where are we? Ellen says, and yes, I'm on time again. Yes, you are, Ellen, and for an impromptu chat. So double the credit there. Brittany says, Aria, what in the hell in the car talking to the body? I love that. I could not stop laughing, as you guys saw, seriously. She's like, yes, and I'm going to do this. And, well, good that you agree. I just thought that was so funny. I loved that. Laura says, I can't believe how evil Cece still was. Yeah, like, I think we can totally justify why Mona, I almost said Maya there. I wonder if Maya will be back next week. I'll shelve that for a moment. I totally justify why Mona killed Cece. Like, Cece was going full on A again. The way she was talking, she was like, oh, this was going to be a walk in the park compared to, or pony ride or whatever she said, compared to what you're going to go through now. Like, seriously, yeah, Mona did the right thing. Cece had to go, and I'm glad that she did. Sarah says, yay, Sarah, thanks for being here. Brittany says, I wish the murder of Cece wasn't an accident. That's why I didn't like it. Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't mind if they had ended it at the moment where Mona was giving her the ultimatum of whether to jump out herself or be pushed. So I do agree with that. But in the end, hey, look, I think it's all overshadowed for me by the fact that it was Mona. I'm so happy, you guys. I'm deliriously happy right now. Rennie says, we wanted something surprising. What was surprising for me is that it never works out for me. Whatever I want, Marlene just never does, like the CC reveal. Yes, Mona being A, that was great, but all the other reveals were disappointing to me. So what was surprising to me with this was that it actually was Mona. We were right, those of you who were on board with me and myself, we were right that it was Mona, and yay, Janelle got to have her moment, which was so awesome. Rena is with us. Hey, Rena, thanks for being here. What did you think of the episode? Let us know. Ellen says, I loved Aria talking to the body, laugh so hard. I know, it was so hilarious. So good. Rena says, I know, Cece was evil. However, Queen Mona was freaking awesome. My heart breaks for Mona. Oh, so does mine. So let's comment on the first part of what you're saying there. Queen Mona, absolutely freaking awesome in that episode. Oh my God, I love her. But yeah, my heart breaks for her and the fact that she relented back to that nerdy Mona way. I still think there's a chance that Mona could have a twin. Who knows? I'm hoping there's no twins, but it's possible. But it explains the glasses thing, and it explains she's going through a digression after everything she's been through, especially killing Cece. I did like how she said to the girls she was under the belief she had to kill Cece for them. I did like that. I do believe she was being sincere when she said that. Sarah says, but my thoughts are, was AD listening in to hear Mona's confession, or was AD in the room? Oh, I wonder. It certainly felt like AD was there. But who do you guys think AD is? Like, I just have no idea. If AD ends up being Jenna, my God, I'm writing Marlene a letter, taking back everything I said in the past. But yeah, it definitely felt like AD was there, Sarah. Brittany says, I wish the murder of Cece's wasn't an accident. Yeah, yeah, you did. You already said that. But yeah, no, I can understand that you're saying it. She says, the dream sequence was just a joke. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like, we've been waiting to see what this scene was since the end of, like, 6A or something, I think someone was saying to me. And to find out that it was a dream, ridiculous. Some of you were saying that it was reshot. If that's the case, why was it reshot? Like, totally ridiculous, you guys. So hyped up to be refilmed. Yeah, exactly, Brittany. So you're saying it's refilmed. How do we know it was refilmed? Like, I mean, maybe you noticed things that I didn't, and that's totally fine. Let me know what it was. But yeah, that was rather disappointing. Omar says, I love Mary, but if she is evil, I swear I will be mad. So will I. My heart broke for Mary on so many different occasions. She gave Spencer the Lost Woods Resort. I was like, oh my God, that is the nicest thing she could do. And then she basically threw herself under the bus by saying she killed Archer Dunhill, and the girls all went free. So my heart broke for Mary. If Mary is Jessica, I'm going to be really upset because I so feel for Mary. Sarah says, I saw you trying to do Shadowhunters because of PLL. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, it just couldn't happen. I really am sorry, Shadowhunters people. I will be back next week with Shadowhunters, and I'll make sure that we'll do it before I watch any Pretty Little Liars. Laura B says, can you talk about the promo and where you think this is going? It looks like Mona or someone in black hits Spencer. It's very hard for me to talk about the promo because I saw it very quickly. All I can say is that it makes the finale look very intriguing. If someone in black hits Spencer, it's interesting. It makes me wonder who it is, but I'm sorry that I can't say much more about that. And I don't want to watch the promo right now or in this chat because I feel like I'll risk having this one under copyright law not being shown. So I don't want to risk that, but I'll have a look at it after this chat. And if we want to talk about it again tomorrow, I certainly can. AD says, moment of silence, I'll remind you later. Yes, AD, please do. We need a moment of silence for us, for Janelle Parrish, for Mona, for Marlene King. We need a super big moment of silence today. Ellen says, I love Francois fangirling. Oh, I so am right now. I'm so happy. Oh my God. And it's just so awesome that I can share it with you guys. Like, I mean, I think it's great for friends who catch up and watch it together. But for me, just to be able to share this moments after I watched one of the best episodes I've ever seen, it's just so awesome. Laura says, AD looks super short while driving away. Yeah, so I wonder what that means. Who could that make AD be? Who's short in the show? Ellen says, how does AD know they found Cece's killer? Doesn't that mean AD was with Mona, the girls, and the ships? Yeah, so it's possible that AD was with Mona, the girls, and the ships. AD is saying, hi, Nick D123. Does that mean you're Nick D123, AD? I think I might have worked that one out. Brittany says, I love you loads, Francois, but can't stay as I have exams. No problems. Stay in school. Brittany, do what you need to do. I completely understand that. I know you'll watch the video back. You always do. So thank you for being here, Brittany. I appreciate it. AD gives us a smiley face, and Brittany says, thank you for these chats. I love them. You are so welcome, Brittany. So, so welcome. Rena says, I don't think Mary is evil. After this episode, Mary is one of my favorite characters. I feel she was truly wronged by Peter and Jessica, and what she did for Spencer was beautiful. I absolutely agree with all of that. I don't think she's evil either, and I feel so bad for her, and I just want to see what's going to happen in the next episode. If the girls on a whim decide to break her out of jail, then I will be all for that because, you know, I mean, she didn't even do it, and yet here she is throwing herself under the bus for, I would say, Spencer more than the others, but, you know, unbelievable. And to girl, your message has been retracted. I don't know why, so write it again. Sarah says, do we think the dream actually means more than we think, like the fact that it was Emily's dream? Like, why would they foreshadow Emily's dream? Yeah, I don't know. It certainly could. Is Emily AD? I mean, Emily's tall, so probably not. But who knows? Honestly, I think Kathleen was saying earlier, she thought it was Ali's dream. That's what I was thinking the whole time. I thought it was Ali's dream, then it ended up being Emily's. So I was going, okay, that's a bit weird. Ellen's wishing Brittany good luck. Yes, definitely. Good luck, Brittany. Let us know how you go. I doubt you can take us into the exam with you, and even if you could, it'd probably be too distracting. Omar says to Rena, but did you see the promo for the next episode? She looks like she's hurting Spencer. Who looks like they're hurting Spencer? Mary? Oh, God, that's really bad. Okay, Ellen says to Sarah, maybe because Ali dies. Maybe. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Someone's going to die. People said that Mona was going to die, and I was so scared when they were struggling up on their bell tower. I was like, oh my God, if Cece killed Mona and faked her own death, Marlene, we are going to have issues, and it didn't happen. So I'm so happy it didn't. Sarah says, possibly. Omar says, I think the dream with the names on the board means something. So I'm definitely going to have to go back, and I mean, I will definitely have to watch it again for my review, but I'm definitely going to have to look at the names on the board because, yeah, it definitely could mean something. Anxiety Girl is here. Hey, she says, hi, I'm starting to get on the Ezra's AD train, he's so shady. Yeah, look, I agree. I'm starting to feel like it really could be Ezra. I want it to be Jenna. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is her. I am starting to get on that train as well. I'm hoping not, but we'll have to see. And the girl says, did anyone see Tanner's left wrist when she was trying to get the warrants? It looked very irritated, like it has been tied to something. No, Angela Girl, I did not see that, but I'm definitely going to have a look out for it when I rewatch the episode. That's interesting. Laura says something, and it's gone, so just a moment. Laura says, I loved Mary Drake / Andrea Parker in this episode. Oh my God, Andrea was amazing in this episode. She did such a phenomenal job. They are wrapping this up better than I imagined. I completely agree, Laura. When I went back and looked at the CC reveal and the Allison episode when she was talking at the Mockingbird Theatre thing, I was like, oh my God. I remember all the disappointments Marlene has put me through. Yeah, the dream was disappointing that it was a dream, but aside from that, this episode was really good. It had everything. It had like on the edge of your seat moments. It had great reveals. It had funny moments. Like I just loved this episode, except maybe for Ezra, but I loved it. Everything else about it. Ellen says, does anyone know what Spencer said in Latin at the grave? Yeah, I would love to know if anyone speaks Latin, what Spencer said. I was saying that if you saw my live reaction, I said, look, my Latin's not good. If anyone knows, let me know what she said. Laura says, yes, Ellen, what was that? Yeah, exactly. I feel like it meant something. Either it means rest in peace, or it actually means something that, like it's a clue or something. Rena says, I did not see the promo yet, Omar. Lol, maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, we'll have to look at the promo together, Rena. Sarah says, I swear, though, they say AD is closer than we think. And in the promo, Mona says, I didn't think it would be you. So my guess is Jenna is out of the picture because Jenna was a Mona suspect. Yeah, so that's a very good point. Again, the reason why I think Jenna is AD is because I want her to be AD. I honestly don't think she would be. And I think we can definitely count Mona out now, considering that Mona says, I didn't think it would be you. What I would love is if it turned out to be Mona's twin. I know I said no twins, but because I want it to be Mona, it would be a great compromise. But, I mean, yeah, it's obviously someone that Mona did not expect at all. So I'm guessing we can count Ren off the list because she's been suspicious of Ren for a long time now. But it could be anyone. AD says you could know it was refilmed because the voices of the actresses were different and the facial expressions. Okay, there you go. I missed that, AD, but I totally take you guys at your word. Omar says to Rena, you should watch it. Yep, and I will as well once the live chat is over. Ellen says to Sarah, in an interview where the girls said goodbye to their characters, Lucy Hale said something like, I wish you knew how close A was, so I'm thinking real close. Yeah, she did say that. I saw that interview. Does that mean it's Ezra? Oh my God, I hope not. Sarah says, I am thinking the same, Ellen. Yeah, and you know what's really scary about all this? I'm just thinking when Arya says, I don't want to bury Ezra, oh my God, does that mean Ezra's AD and he gets killed? Ugh, that would just be really annoying. Rena says, does anyone else think the AD driving away scene screamed Toby? I hope it's not him, but it reminded me of Toby in the Mona Lair mobile. Lol. Yeah, I found it interesting. Honestly, I was just focusing on it going, okay, this is obviously the last ever AD scene we're going to see. I found it really interesting. Part of it did remind me of Toby, like when we actually see when we see AD, I was thinking it could be Toby, but yeah, you never know. Esther's here. Hey, Esther. And Esther says, my final theory for a few years, Ezra is AD on the video in the dollhouse. I think we see Ezra, Charlotte, and Spencer. Only time the three got together as kids. Can go on and on, but there's not enough space to. Yeah, I'm so sorry that there's not enough space to type. Yeah. Laura says, it would make sense if Jenna is AD. She just didn't play as much a role as I would have liked, but the irony in I hide in plain sight. Absolutely, I agree with you, and that's why I think it would just be so fitting, especially considering she has such a great motive to be AD. Esther says, I found a link to the perfect Ezra's AD theory. Can I send it? Absolutely, yes. If it doesn't work here, then please comment it below once the video comes up. That would be great, Esther. Ellen says, Ezra definitely made my suspect list after this episode, but there was nothing of him in the promo. Still debating, I guess. Oh, that's a good point. But if he wasn't in the promo, does that mean that, that he is AD? Speaking of, AD says, I always thought Mona was Charlotte's killer. Yeah, me too. And Nick D says, me too, AD. We're kind of like, lol. Yes, thanks, AD. Honey says, I thought it was ironic that they showed Toby in the black hoodie in the promo. I hope that Mona in Radley in the promo is a flashback. I think Mona has been in on it the entire time. You know what? If it is a flashback, honey, I will be so happy because it still gives the potential for Mona to be AD. And you know what's interesting? Some of the cast were saying they're going to make it look so obvious that someone is AD right up until the end of the second last episode, and then it's going to turn out not to be them. Well, right at the end of the second last episode, it didn't seem obvious at all that Mona was AD. If anything, it seemed obvious that Mona was not AD, that Mona was simply the person that killed Cece. So I would still be shocked if Mona was AD, but we'll have to see. And so if it was a flashback, then that would allow for that. Ellen says to Esther, well, you can't send it in a live chat, but you can comment in a video. Yeah, exactly. So wait for the video to come up, and then if you can put in the comments, that will be awesome. And Esther says that she will. So thank you, Esther. Ellen says, let me know which video. I would love to watch it. Yeah, I think we all would. Rena says, Francois, who are your 2 AD suspects as of now? Top 3. Oh, good question, Rena. Okay, well, top 3. Jenna Marshall, because she has motive and she totally has means. And we still don't know what happened when she was at the picnic table with Shauna and was it Mona? So we still don't have an answer on that. So Jenna. My second top suspect, and I don't want this to be the case, but she's high on the list, is Bethany Young. Because we keep hearing about Bethany Young and we're not getting any answers. We've got no answers about Bethany Young at all in this episode. It would make a lot of sense if Bethany Young was AD. Again, I don't want it to be her. As for the third person, I'm just going to throw out a name that you guys are going to disagree with. Maya. Why? Because it will be a shock. Like, honestly, I would love for it to be Maya, and it would therefore make sense that Emily was helped in the episode she had with Addison. She wasn't tortured, she was helped. So, third suspect, Maya. Sarah says, I thought it was Ali's dream too. Yeah, there you go. Laura says, I want to be so shocked at the finale. I feel if it's Melissa or Jenna, it won't be a huge shocker. I feel like if it's Melissa, the reason it won't be a huge shocker is because so many people suspect that it's Melissa. If a lot of people didn't suspect that it was Melissa, then, I don't think it would be. I think it would be a shock, but, situation as it is, definitely it wouldn't be as shocking because of all the theories. Esther says, well, it's more an article. It's more an article, yep. So a lot of reading work. Yeah, no. I know what you're saying. So you're saying that it's an article rather than a video. Okay, excellent. Yeah, definitely leave us the link and that will be great to read. Ali Babine says, I just got back from theatre rehearsals. Oh, congrats, girl. What are you doing? And I ran to see if you'd made any videos about the episode. I have no clue who AD is at this point. I'm going with Spencer's twin, which I'm really mad about. So, Ali Babine, I did do the reaction video. Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, they are not allowing me to have the video up on my channel, which is totally fine. I totally get that because you guys could hear the episode fully in the background, so I get that. But I did do it. You can definitely give me spoilers now, Ali Babine, and tell me what theatre rehearsals you're doing, because that sounds really awesome. Yeah, I definitely hope that it's not Spencer's twin, but we will have to see. Suze Blue, your comment has flown away as it likes to do. Hi, hope I haven't missed too much. No, you haven't at all, Suze Blue. I did the live reaction earlier, but we are just talking about the episode. Ellen says to Esther, I feel your struggle, girl, also from the Netherlands. Yeah, I think she is. Laura says, Francois, you've done such a great job with these chats. I would love for them to keep going after the finale so we can all weigh in. Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to do what I can. Obviously, if you came to the reaction tonight, and if you went through the struggle that I did today and your struggle with not telling me spoilers, you would know that I'm quite a few hours behind you guys. But if you can wait for me to watch the episode, totally, we will keep going even after the finale for sure. I feel like we need to have a few chats, not just one or two. Esther is talking Dutch, so that's fine. I'll leave that. Omar says, if Melissa or Jenna is AD, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, so if Melissa has a really good reason, I will be totally fine with that, and I love her as an actress, so that's fine. Jenna, you know where I stand on that. Ellen is talking about how my mom is from the Netherlands, which is great, and she's saying it in Dutch, which is awesome. We'll have a Dutch chat one day, girl. Ali Babine says, I feel like Ezra grew a personality this episode. Yeah, he so did. I've been going between loving and hating Ezra for 7 seasons, but he was great in this episode. I definitely feel like Ezra came out of his shell in this episode, but I did not like what he did, and I'll explain why. I feel that the girls had every right to be upset with Arya. Now, to cut her out of their lives, maybe it might be taking it a bit too far, but they were justified in getting upset with her. So that's why if you were there for my reaction, I was basically saying, oh, Ezra, go away. Like, seriously, he was really bugging me, you guys. Esther's saying something in Dutch, which is great. Keep the conversation going, you guys. Michelle is here. Hey, Michelle. Thank you for joining us. Tori is here saying, sorry she took so long. Don't worry about it, Tori. It's great that you are here. AD says that he or she is eating chips in their lair because we don't know who AD is, so we can't say he or she. And that is totally fine, AD. I will be joining you if I have a chance to eat once the chat is over. Megan says, just joined. Sorry if I repeat anything. It's totally fine if you do, Megan. I'm just really excited to be here at this chat at the moment. Denise is here. She says, hey, everyone. I just got a notification, lol, but I can't stay. I'm barely watching the episode, maybe in 45 minutes long. Well, we may or may not still be here then, Denise, but we appreciate you coming all the same. Rena says, and I hate to say this, but my husband said to tell you all in the chat that he calls Paige being AD as I really don't want to be her. Please, not Paige. Rena, you can tell your husband that Francois T said that it makes a lot of sense. I definitely feel like Paige has the motive and the means to be AD, so it is a rather educated guess. In saying that, I do completely agree with you. I don't want it to be Paige. So hopefully you can tell him both of those things. He made a really good educated guess, but at the end of the day, Francois T agrees with me. Omar says it might be Spencer's twin. I'm hoping that it's not, but you know, it certainly might be. We'll have to see. Tori says, Francois, do you watch Cara Jade's videos on PLL? She slows down promos and stuff so you can see more. No, Tori, I don't. And it's good that I know this before I see the last episode. If you get a chance, can you please link the finale promo to this video once it's uploaded from Cara Jade's video? That'd be really good to see it on slow-mo because we really need to slow these promos down. They're going way too quickly. So thanks for telling me that. I really appreciate it. Laura says, Mona said something about being up in the church in plain sight, waiting for the police to find her. Does that mean Mona is AD? You guys, if it is 2 for 2 and it's Mona is both, oh my God, you know I'll be really happy. Megan says to Laura, yes, in relation to the weapon. Suze Blue says, Francois, please can we do a live chat before the finale purely based on all of our theories and have one last chat of all of our thoughts as a family? Absolutely, Suze Blue, we totally can. We're going to have another chat tomorrow night and then I can certainly squeeze in, I'm sure, another one prior to the next episode, for sure. Ellen says, people are debating if Arya said Barry or Mary in the promo. I just listened to it a couple of times. She said Barry for sure. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Ellen. And I am going to take a drink, you guys. Sorry about this, but I really need a drink. I don't know if Alofa is still here, but Alofa, if you're still here, I just took a drink. So Alofa kept telling me, you need to take a drink, you need to take a drink. So I appreciate that. And so did Sarah. Sarah said I need to take a break as well. So thanks, Sarah. Where are we? Megan says, I read a theory about Maya being Bethany Young and the daughter of Eddie Lamb and Mary Drake. I will be totally fine with that. Why? Because it's Maya. So if that's the case, yay. Like, bring it on. Maya can be Bethany Young. That's so cool. I'm happy with that. Sarah says, I'm sure in the promo I saw the other girls in black hoodies too. No? I wonder. As I say, I'll have to check it out. But yeah, definitely. Whoever said, I think it was Tori about the slow-mo one, please send it to me. Brittany says, I'm back. Yay, Brittany. Great to have you back with us. Laura says, I'm pretty sure the after special is pre-filmed, so hopefully they will answer the unanswered questions or everyone is going to be blowing Marlene up. I guess that will happen anyway, lol. Totally. Yeah, so I hope they answer all the questions we don't know the answers to, especially about the Mona, Jenna, Shauna thing, because seriously, what the heck was going on there? And we need some explanation as to why the cops never tried to track down Noel Khan, what was going on there. I feel like there's a lot that we don't know about the Khans. And what about Noel's brother? Like, was he seriously like a red herring? Like, I don't know. Anyway, Brittany says, yeah, it looked pre-filmed. Yeah, so we'll have to see. But yeah, hopefully she answers all the questions. And Brittany says the same. I hope they answer the questions that we have. Ellen says, in the promo, Mona is in a black hoodie hitting Spencer. Oh my God, I can't wait to see this promo again. Omar says, isn't it weird that the only people that were in black hoodies are Mona, Toby, Spencer, and Aria? Why hasn't Emily and Hannah been in a hoodie? Very good point. Who knows? Ellen says, if Maya doesn't even come back, if we hear nothing about Maya, I will be pissed. So pissed. I agree with you, Ellen. If she doesn't come back at all, Marlene better explain herself in the, what do you call it? In the thingy. The after school special. Well, what I'm calling the after school special anyway. Omar says, Ellen, yes, and then have Mary hurting her. So is there a twin? Well, we'll have to see. I'm certainly hoping there is not a twin, but we will have to see. Give me a moment. Okay. Rena says, who is Ren pointing a gun at? It's driving me nuts. If it's from the promo, I don't know, but we'll have a look. Brittany says, I'm all for Maya being AD. Yeah, so me too, totally. I would love it if Maya was AD. Oma says to Rena, I think it's Ezra. We'll have to see. Brittany says, so many clues in season 1. Yeah, right? If you go back and look in season 1, I completely agree with you. Ellen says to Oma, I so hope not. Yeah, I hope not either. Because that's about Ezra. Ali Babine says, thank you, Francois. I'm in Heathers, the musical. That is awesome, Ali Babine. I hope you're having fun. I don't know if you're doing this on the side or through school or whatever, but when I was in high school, I was involved in quite a few school productions. And let me tell you, that was my life in high school. It was all about production, and that's what I lived for, was just doing our production stuff. And I studied theatre and drama as well, but those were my best moments. So I love that that's what you're doing. I'd love to hear more about it. Rena says, Omar, me too. I think Ren kills or shoots Ezra, but why? We'll have to find out. Some people are theorizing that Ezra and Ren are brothers. So, you know, that could be what it's related to. Omar says to Rena that he has no idea. Brittany says they know each other way before. They knew each other way before. So, yeah. The way they looked at each other, they knew each other. Yeah, so that's, yeah, so Brittany, you're one of the people saying it as well. Yeah, like the way they looked at each other. Ellen is saying to Rena, what if Arya jumps in front of it? I would not be surprised, but I would be very upset. Ellen says to Brittany, who? I think Brittany's talking about Ezra and Ren, I think, but I could be wrong. Laura says, if Jenna is AD, who do you think she is talking to in the back of the van and when they gave her the book in Braille? So, Laura, here's my thought. As far as when she was in the back of the van, I can't explain that moment. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. As far as who gave her the book in Braille, my theory for a while, if you watch my videos, has been that Jenna's been AD all this time, but she never had an idea of how to end the game. So she asks her minions to come up with an idea. They do. They then translate it into Braille and then give it to her. She reads their idea, her minion's idea, and says, this is good enough to be end game. And that's why she says end game. That was my thought. But I could just be stretching because I want it to be Jenna. Michelle says, so many clues that could point to so many different people. AD could be any of the people you mentioned. Yeah, I feel like AD could be anyone, you guys. Like, let's not be surprised if it's Pastor flipping Ted. Like, really, I hope it's not, but it could be anyone. It could be Tippy the bird, which would be so funny. So it could be anyone. Ellen says, I'm so active today. I need to calm down. I'm such a fangirl today. Oh, girl, me too. I'm so happy. Like, seriously. And I mean, unlike some of you guys, I need to go to bed soon, so I need to try and calm down. I'm so happy. I'm going to have good dreams tonight. Brittany says to Ellen, Ezra and Ren in the airport. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. Omar says to Ellen, I hope not, because he really is not worth it. I don't know what you're referring to there, Omar, but we'll have to have a look. Millie is here. Hey, Millie, I don't think I shouted you out before, so thank you for being here. And Millie says, I feel like it wouldn't be a reveal if Melissa or Jenna were AD because they've been sus from day one. So for me, I feel like that's a great motive for them to be AD. I do understand that a lot of people want to be shocked when they find out who AD is. I would like to be shocked myself, but I do feel like I would still be shocked even if it was Mona, because I would be good shocked. I'd be shocked that Marlene did the right thing and made it Mona. But yeah, no, I can feel what you're saying there, Millie. I absolutely understand. But still, for me, I just really would like it to be Jenna. So as Melissa, I can take it or leave it. Honey says, just a thought, Maya has connections to Noel. We all know that Noel's dad was a judge and he's connected to adoptions. We've never seen Maya's parents, Jenna's or Toby's, only in an unreliable flashback. That is a very good point, Honey. So you're trying to point out that Maya's Bethany or that she's related to Noel or something? Let me know. Honey's saying there might be a connection there. Yeah, I definitely feel like there could be. Laura says, no Paige, please. Yes, I agree with you. No Paige, please. It makes sense. And Paige would be better than Cece, but now that we know Cece's dead, well, you know, and Sarah Harvey's dead, so. Brittany says, also think Mary is evil. I'm sorry, but she dressed up as her dead sister. I really hope that Mary is Mary, because after what happened in this last episode, I will be heartbroken if she is Jessica. Brittany says, sorry, I am so behind, still on the bit where Francois is talking about Mary. That's totally fine. You guys can comment about wherever you're up to or whatever you'd like to comment about. I mean, you guys lead the way. I just, you know, react to what you guys are writing. Tokyo for Teachers here. Hey, Tokyo. She says, hey, everybody. Hey, right back, girl. Great to have you here. Sarah says, how dare you take that drink? Thanks, Sarah. I promise I won't take another one. Oliver says, I wonder who's there with Charlotte's body. I don't know what you're saying there, Oliver, but thank you so much for being here. Can you rewrite that again for me, Oliver? And I'll say it again. But again, thank you for being here. Honey says, Mona also said that the murder weapon was in plain sight. They were looking for a murder weapon, but they never found it because it was right in front of them. I believe she was also talking about AD. Yeah, totally. So does this make it possible that Mona is AD? I would love if that was the case. And I mean, you guys, it explains away the whole Melissa luggage thing. You know what I'm talking about. Amanda is here. Hey, Amanda. And Amanda says, what was the name on Allison's classroom under the name Holly Var-Jack? I didn't recognize it. I actually didn't focus on those names. I was focusing on her writing Mrs. Rollins, so I'm going to have to go back and look at it again. Don't worry about the caps lock. It happens all the time. It even happens to me, girls. So Laura says, I think Janelle or someone said that everyone figures out who AD is at the same time. So I'm assuming that when they revealed to Mona the liars, and maybe Tanner or whoever else all figures it out. Maybe Laura, but I certainly took it a different way. When Janelle was talking and doing that live chat thing, I felt like she was saying what you're going to get in the finale is there's going to be a moment where she figures it out, and then she figures it out, and then she realizes it's this person, and she realizes it's that person. So I feel like different people are going to work it out at different times. But hey, I mean, what she said is open to interpretation, so I could be wrong there. Rena says, Ellen, I am fangirling today too. Woo, we're all fangirling today. Lol, this episode was so good and got me re-excited for the finale. They did such a good job with that whole episode. I completely agree, Rena. Like, as you guys know, when I was doing my random PLL thoughts, I was really worried and remembered how bad a job Marlene had done in the past. But after this episode, yeah, I'm so excited for the finale. I can't wait. Ellen says to Rena, yes, I just hope it is someone really close, someone who's been in almost every episode, or Maya. I love how that's your exception, Ellen. I'm with you there. Suze Blue says, I know all people hate the idea of Spencer's twin as AD, but I really like it. I'd like to see Troyan acting as an evil twin, and also, like said before, backed up with flashbacks and loose ends tied up. From that perspective, from an acting perspective, I agree with you, Suze Blue. I would love to see Troyan play evil. The last time we saw her play some sort of evil was when we got the reveal of her being on the A team, and I absolutely love that. And those of you who follow me know that I have that picture on my phone. I love Spencer as well, not A, but on the A team. So yeah, from an acting point of view, I would love to see it for Troyan. In saying that, from a story point of view, I just don't want it to be a twin. The only way that I will get on board with it is if the twin has been with the girls all this time and the person who's AD is actually Spencer, then I would get on board with it. Ellen says, I don't want to get my hopes up, to be honest. I don't think any of us really should get our hopes up. I was really excited, however, for this episode and walked away even more excited. So there you go. Kathleen is here. Hey, Mom. I thought you were busy at work. She says, hello, I've listened several times also, and it still seems to me that Arya says I can't marry Ezra. Marry Ezra, not bury Ezra. But I can see the debate. Just my opinion, she kind of garbles the line. Maybe that is what she's saying. Didn't they say we're going to have another wedding coming up? So maybe that is what it's all about. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I know that you're busy, so I really appreciate that. Thanks, Mum. Omar says, I still think Lucas designed the game and AD used him. I think that is a possibility. Not that Lucas is AD, but that he was being used by AD. Yes, I can get on board with that. Ellen says to Suze Blue, but her mum is also an evil twin, would be too much for me. So that's the debate that's going around as well. And I do like this, that people are saying, we already have a set of twins, you know, we don't want to have more than one. So I sort of agree with that as well. I don't want to see another set of twins, but I do like what you were saying about, for the sake of Troyan acting out being evil, yeah, I would like that. But for the sake of the storyline, no. I hope that's not too confusing. Laura says, would you be upset if Ezra died? Short answer, no. You know, people are going to be divided on that, and that's totally fine. But I got over Ezra when he went to see Nicole for the umpteenth time. Oh my God, how disappointed would you guys be if Nicole was AD? Oh my God. Seriously, it just wouldn't make sense. But, you know, I'm not even going to go there and say, you know, trust Marlene. But it can't be Nicole. Okay, I would not be upset. I got over him then, and I still can't believe that he's still with Arya. Yeah, I don't know. I used to love Ezra, especially in season 1. It was this whole Romeo and Juliet sort of situation of, you know, forbidden love, and it was just so beautiful. And now I'm just over Ezra. So if Ezra dies, I wouldn't be too disheartened. If Mona dies, issues, and that's why I was very much on edge when it looked like Mona was close to dying. Crazens86 is here. Hey, Crazens. Crazens says, hey, Francois. I'm on the Ezra's AD train. I'm pretty convinced. I think there were a couple of extra clues at the start of this episode. I think he seemed, one, weirdly clued into AD's real motives. I agree. You've probably written more. So I'll just read that quickly first. 2, weirdly overly familiar with the careful alibi AD got for Arya. Yep. 3, referring to AD as female. How would he know this? Suggests he deliberately is misleading us. Yeah, very possible. I definitely think that Ezra is high up there as a possibility for being AD. Rena says, what Maya knew was who the real puppet master was, and Bradley Mona was trying to warn them even then. I think Barry Maple is related to Maya too. Why? I have no idea, lol. Honestly, I don't think it matters why. I love the theory, Rena. Thank you. Like, that's awesome. And I love people saying Radley Mona, because is there a Radley Mona and a non-Radley Mona, and there's two different Monas, and that explains so, oh my gosh, like, I'm going off into a Mona twin fantasy world of Mona and her twin being AD. Because that would just be awesome. I don't think that's the case, but that'd be awesome. So Oliver's saying Hannah's twin is so AD. I think Bethany is her twin who killed her, and Melissa buried her. Very possible. Maybe because Jessica was having an affair with her father, the reason for Ashley's divorce. Yeah, it's certainly a possibility, Oliver. I like the way you think. Michelle says to Laura, no, I would not be upset if he died. He's been super shady throughout the series. Yay, thanks, Michelle. Amanda says, but Jenna even asks who the driver is and says to the driver of the car, you're AD. Yes, so as I said, I can't explain that, and I wish I could, and you know, I guess, as I said, part of the reason I want Jenna to be AD, part of the reason I think Jenna is AD is because I want her to be AD. So it's hard to connect it with that scene. And she has no real reason to say, oh, you're AD, because no one else is there. So it's not like she's trying to put in a face for someone. Yeah, but who knows? AD felt like naming the 7 deadly sins. Does that connect to PLL AD? Let us know. Oliver says there are a lot of season 2 clues suggesting that Tom cheated on Ashley. Oh, didn't even realize that, Oliver. Let me know what they were. Craisins says, lol at the girl just apologizing for being a fangirl. Don't apologize. If we can't be a PLL fangirl now, when can we? I'm so agreeing with you. Exactly. We are right at the pinnacle, guys. This is the time when we're meant to be all fangirling and you know, I don't know, like how I reacted earlier, and thank God we're not going to see that again. But I was like, oh my God, it's Mona. Like, I was thanking the gods, I was thanking Marlene, I was thanking everyone like I won an Emmy when I saw that Mona was Cece's killer. So we can fangirl it up, guys. Ellen says to Craisins, yeah, true. I'm just shocked at how hyper I am. Already got some messages from YouTube that I could comment because I couldn't comment because I commented too much. Oh, Ellen, I've been there, girl. Believe me. Just give it a moment and then comment again, because that's YouTube doing that, and that's part of their terms and conditions. As far as I'm concerned, you can comment as much as you want, girl. I'm really happy for you too. Honey says, we never saw Mona push Cece. Yeah, so what we do see in the end is that she shoves her into the wall, and that's basically what kills her. But I would have liked for her to have pushed Cece out the window. Oliver has a question mark, and I don't know what that relates to, so let us know. Crazen says, lol at Ellen, I'm the same. Cool. Laura says, I think at this point, everyone with the exception of AD is actually who they say they are. Excellent. So if Mary's not AD, then Mary is Mary, which will be really good. Suze Blue says to Ellen, I don't know what you're saying, but if we've got a reliable backstory and seen her throughout the whole series, I think it would be good. Yes, I agree. I don't remember what Ellen said, sorry. Yeah. Okay. What did Ellen say? Shocked at how hyper I am. Oh, it must have been another comment that Ellen said. Okay. AD says, I want my reveal to be flashbacks of every single clue to who I am, like Barry finding out who Saboteur is on the front wall. Indeed. Yes, we need clues on everything. Honey says the names on the board. Yes. So I do want to look at that again when I rewatch the episode. I'm going to be looking on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side. Megan says, all I want at this point is for the AD reveal to be logical and interesting, and I kind of do want more backstory for why the other AD suspects have been so sketchy too. Yes, so do I. If Jenna's not AD, I want to know why she's been so sketchy. So that's a great example of what you're trying to say. Michelle says, we never saw Mona push Cece. Does that mean AD did? I don't know. I thought we did see Mona push Cece into the wall. I could have been wrong though. Honey says Alison De Laurentiis Fields, Vivian Darkbloom. Oh, these are the names that were on the thing, on the board. Okay, so Alison De Laurentiis AD, Alison De Laurentiis Fields, Vivian Darkbloom, Holly Varjek, Emma Thorwald. Emma Thorwald? Is that something? Wow. Interesting. Rena says, does anyone else think it would be a better reveal for AD to be Spencer with MPS, multiple personality syndrome, instead of a twin? I think that could be awesome. Maybe seeing Toby dead really cracked Spencer's brain into two. Yes, I would prefer it to be a multiple personality thing than a twin for sure. Ellen says the name on the board is Emma Thorwald. Yeah, so what's with that? I'm trying to work out what Emma Thorwald means. Is it an anagram? I don't know. Omar says, I just hope Cece is dead. All I want from her is being in flashbacks. Yeah, I agree. If anything, flashbacks and that's it. Kathleen says, I can listen at work. Can't get enough of your comments. Aw, thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. Ellen says, Emma Thorwald is from the rear view. She pretends to be sick all the time and gets murdered by her husband. Ah, well, I've obviously never seen the show. Maybe it's a clue that she's faking her pregnancy. Oh, very possible. I wonder. Oliver's message has been retracted. Try it again, Oliver. Suze Blue says, either way, if it's Barry, possibly he's dead. And if she's saying Mary, maybe they found out he's AD. Usual AD sob story, the girl ends up feeling sorry for him. Yeah, I can see that happen. And that's part of the reason why I don't want it to be Ezra. Amanda says, definitely take a look at the dream sequence again. The name's last letters were A and D for the first and last name. I really thought, wow, interesting. I really thought that maybe Ezra was involved and it would make sense considering. Yeah, it definitely would make sense. He wanted to protect his dolls during this episode, yes. It'll be the first time that a guy is A, right? Like, Toby was on the team. Shauna was just doing whatever the heck Shauna was doing for Jenna. It was really random. Ezra was writing a book, so the A's have been Mona and Cece, so it'll be the first guy that's an A, if it is a guy. Olivia is here. Hey, Olivia, thank you for joining us. And Olivia says, yes, Ezra is so AD. I do think it makes sense. A lot of things would add up to him being AD. I personally prefer for him not to be AD, but again, it does make sense. Rena says, did we ever find out what AD had on Noel? They took Noel and Aria's file from Jessica's lair. I wonder what AD had on Noel. Yeah, me too. But remember that they burnt Noel's file? They put liquor on it and then burnt it. But yeah, I agree with you. It is a plot hole that we need filled. Crazen says, also over Ezra when he repeatedly left Aria to go visit Nicole. So disappointed. And I loved Ezra in season 1 too. I thought he was hot. I'm just so cynical about him now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's hard not to be. I mean, it's just been really shady recently. Oliver says, when you think about Lucy Hale saying AD is much closer than you think, it's nuts. Combined with Ashley Benson's, I didn't even know it was possible. It was very shocking. It really narrows it down. What do you think it narrows it down to, Oliver? Let me know. Amanda says he was going to fly everyone out of Tanna jurisdiction. Where? Antarctica? And how much money has he actually got access to? I thought he refused any more money from the Fitzgeralds. Yeah, exactly. He did. He said that. I thought that was totally crazy. Like, in a way, I get why he's doing it. He's trying to protect Aria, and Aria wants to protect the girls. Keep in mind, he didn't want to take the girls out of there. He just wanted to take Aria out of there. Aria wanted to be with the girls. So it was Aria that got the girls on board with it. But yeah, it was just super cray-cray. And yes, he did say he refused money from the Fitzgeralds. He definitely said that. Crazen says to Oliver, yes, I saw that interview and thought the same thing. I think Lucy saying AD is much closer than you think is a major Ezra clue. It certainly could be. But I would be quite disappointed. Keep in mind that Ian Harding was the one that said, when I first saw who it was, it didn't make sense, and then later on I realized it did. So I'm really hoping that that doesn't mean it's Ezra, but we'll have to see. Sarah says, Oliver, I'm still hoping it's one of the girls. So a lot of people are hoping that it's one of the girls. I think there is potential for it to be one of the girls, but we will have to see. Michelle says, is Ezra's mum coming back to the final episode? I would love that, just because she's so out of place compared to everyone else. I think it would provide some comic relief. Amanda says, thank you guys on the name. Yeah, totally. And, you know, everyone's really helpful around here, Amanda. So, you know, I'm not surprised that they helped you out, but thank you for thanking them. AD says, the 7 deadly sins do not connect to PLL. Yeah, I didn't think so, AD, but thank you anyway. It gave me a laugh. Brad says, do you know your live actions video has been blocked due to copyright? Yes, I do know that. I don't know how you guys work that out, because I tried to look it up on my thing and I didn't get anything about it. I didn't even get a notification or anything. Honey says, don't Google Emma Thorwald unless you want your head to spin. It kind of confirms my least favorite theory. What does that mean, honey? I'm a little worried. Rena says, I still want answers for the whole NAT club thing too. Yes, so do I. Those videos fueled a lot of the blackmail in Rosewood, and all the members are dead except Jason. Why were they killed, and why wasn't Jason? Yeah, exactly. And is Jason AD? I mean, we've discussed that in the past, and it could be a possibility. Oliver says to Craisins, perhaps, and to Sarah, me too. Hannah and Emily are the only two fans aren't really suspecting. Hannah and Emily are the only two fans aren't really suspecting. Would be a major shock. I would love it. I think it would be interesting, especially if it was Emily. I would be majorly shocked. Pam still has not come out of the garage. Any of my comment below, let me know. Members, regular members, will know what I mean by the garage. When's Pam coming out of the garage, guys? You have to let me know. Suze Blue says, I'm like the only person who's on board for Twinstar. Nobody agrees with me. Haha. I'm so sticking to it though. You go ahead and stick to it, girl. As you know, with me, I've said things that I just thought and no one agreed with me on. And as I say, the cheese stands alone. So be an individual, girl. My mum always said to me, an individual is likened to the fruit, the plum, because the plum is different to a lot of other fruits. So you be a plum, girl. Be an individual. I love it. Ellen says to Honey Hepburn, which theory? Yes, so we're all interested to know that, Honey. Honey says, it's just a theory that I have that this is Ezra's book. Kind of, the book thing, ugh. Kind of like they did on Roseanne. Oh, okay, I never saw much of Roseanne. But yeah, I hope that's not the case. I really do. AD says, why would I push Charlotte out the window? Many reasons. She tried to steal the game from you. Megan says, Honey Hepburn, I would kind of love that theory. I don't know if I would love it or if I would be really disappointed after everything we've gone through to have Ezra having written all this. I don't know. AD says, and who here knows Latin? Yes, who knows what Spencer said? We have to work it out. Honey Hepburn says, well, Emma Thorwald really makes me think that's what's happening. Interesting. Another drink for Francois tea, you guys, because we're getting to the hour mark, so just a moment. Okay. Blair is here. Hey, Blair. And Blair says to AD, I think Spencer said in Latin, rest in peace. There you go. That was one of my thoughts. It was either rest in peace or something else. But rest in peace would make sense. And Spencer will be the sort of person to say rest in peace. So, yeah. Rena says, what was the puzzle? It's a face, but whose? Yeah, exactly. So someone showed me the puzzle a little while ago. And I was trying to work out what it was. And I'm so happy it was the actual puzzle, because I was wondering if it was a fake or not. But no, it was totally real. Yeah, still trying to work out what it means. And is the game actually over? And if the game is over, what was the prize? Because I've totally missed that. I thought there was meant to be a prize. What is the prize? Like, what did they win? So confused. Ellen says to Honey, oh, that would be bad. Yeah, it really would be bad. I would hate if that happens. Honey says the brew on the show is actually Rear Window Brew, which relates back to the show you guys were talking about. Is that what you're saying? Crazen says to AD, I studied Latin at A level. Maybe I can help. Excellent, Crazen. So what did What did Spencer say at the graveyard? Blair says AD is definitely Melissa because there is no other reason for her to come back in the finale. That is a good point. Unless Spencer up and decides to get married to Toby, and it's not an Ezra wedding, but rather a Spoby one. So who knows? AD says, "Oh, nice. It's good that that Craisins can speak Latin." Megan says to AD, Spencer says that line again about the irony of using a symbolic grave as a real one in Latin, if I'm correct. Maybe that is what she says, yeah. Michelle says, I meant out the window. We never saw who pushed her out of the church. Who did? AD. That is a very good point. So my suspicion when I was watching it at the time was that Mona did. Like while I was watching, I'm going, okay, so now Mona pushes her out the window. Why are you not pushing her out the window? But obviously, we take this realistically, Mona's still in shock that she's still at Cece. So I just always assumed that once Mona got over the shock, she stood up and pushed Cece out the window. Very much like Seymour Krelborn in Little Shop of Horrors, killing that guy. What was his name? Orange Cavello DTS. AD says, thanks to Megan. Blair says, Melissa is most likely AD because she knew about Charles or Cece since she is a year older. Okay, possible. Amanda says the face is Black Widow, Black Veil, the lady in black. Yes, but not Sarah Harvey, the other Black Veil. Bliss, woo, you're flying by now. Sec. Blair says Melissa probably had some truth to protecting Spencer from Cece, who she knew was crazy. Yes, that would definitely explain the protection thing, for sure. Megan says to Michelle, I think we're left to our imagination about how Mona pushed her body out. Probably ran out of time for that scene, but I guess there's no need for AD to push her if Mona got that far. I would agree with that, Megan. AD says, after PLL ends, should I change YouTube name or should my name be a memorial to PLL? Oh, I think you should leave it as a memorial to PLL, AD, but what do you guys think? Let him know. Or her know. We don't know who you are, if you're a he or a she. It's very confusing, AD. Blair says, but once Melissa saw Spencer start to show Drake Diller his qualities like boyfriend stealing, she started seeking vengeance on Spencer too. Yes, I can see that being the case because she definitely flipped a switch at one stage, Melissa, so that makes sense. Omar says, who do you think is Allison's baby father? Well, here's my comeback to that. I don't think Allison is pregnant. You guys, when I was watching that whole scene with Allison and Emily alone in their house, all I could think was, yeah, you are so lying. You're not pregnant. I'll be shocked if she is. So now, if she is pregnant, who's the baby father? I think it's probably Charles. It obviously can't be Cece, but I think it could be Charles. That would make a lot of sense. And if not, someone came up with a fantastic theory of it potentially being Noel, and I do like that as well. Amanda, your message has been retracted, so write it again. Crazen says to Blair, I really hope Melissa is not AD. I agree, there seems no other obvious reason for a finale return. So disappointing if AD is someone, Melissa, we haven't seen for ages. Yes, exactly. I want it to be someone that we've consistently seen. Brad says, Noel's mental illness is what AD had on him. Ah, well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Blair says, think about it. On the night that Allie disappeared, if Melissa happened to be at the stables to hear Mrs. D and Bethany Young talking. Yeah, it does make sense. Kathleen says, in the promo for 20, I'm wondering too if Mary is injecting Spencer with a needle instead of stabbing her. I don't know, but crazy if she's stabbing her. Maybe she is. Interesting, very interesting. Blair says Melissa could have used that to get Bethany to come to Rosewood dressed like Ellie. Yeah. Kathleen says Emma is the character in Rear Window that gets killed by her husband, possibly a red herring. Well, I haven't seen Rear Window, so for me, I'm hoping it is a red herring, but we'll have to see. AD, your message has been retracted. Blair says Melissa could have pretended to be friends with Cece, telling her that she could have the opportunity to get rid of Bethany by accidentally killing and burying her. Yeah. Yeah, very possible. I can see that being the case. I can definitely see Melissa do something like that. Olivia says, okay, so what about Ren? I saw some theories that he and Archer may be brothers. They look a lot alike and are both English, but what do you think? I'm hoping it's not the case, but you never do know. There are things that we can't ignore, like the same accent and obviously the fact that they're both English and all that. I'm hoping no, because I really just don't care about Ren. I know that's so wrong of me to say. See, there are moments when I stand alone, but we haven't seen Ren forever, so I really just don't care so much about him. What I do care about him is, who is he trying to kill? Because, yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, I mean, they could be brothers. It's tough to say. I don't think we have enough clues either way. Blair says, which would help Allison. Am I missing something here, Blair? Oh, about Melissa. Which would help Allison. Oh, yeah, it would. It would help Allison. That's a very good point, Blair. Good on you. Brad says, if you've seen the extended promo, I think Melissa is AD, how she acts in the promo. I'll have to go back and look at the extended promo, Brad. Blair says, then Melissa would have gotten rid of Ali by getting her out of Rosewood, and she'd have gotten rid of Bethany, ruining Mrs. D's life. Yeah. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Melissa's ultimate plan would have been to accidentally kill Cece, who we also see was probably dressed like Allison. Yep. I like that a lot, Blair. Very good. Sue says, I am a Twinser-loving plum. Yes, you are. You're a Twinser-loving plum. Good on you, Sue's Blue. I also have to tell my mum that I called someone a plum. She's going to be so happy. Blair said, and she could have stuck to the whole story of accidentally killing her to protect Spencer. Yep, very possible. Omar says, when Allison was talking about going to jail and who was going to keep the baby, why wouldn't they let the baby go to Emily's mum if both were in jail? It makes sense, so I don't know. I honestly don't know why they wouldn't think that. Yeah, right. Blair says, in one fell swoop, Melissa would have gotten rid of Cece, Bethany, and Ali. Yep. Loving your theory, Blair. Loving it a lot. That's really awesome. Crazen said, what did Spencer say in Latin? Did I miss this? I'll head back to the app and have a look. Yeah, that'd be great, Crazens, if you could. Brad says, hope it's not similar to the Danny's Gossip Girl reveal. Oh, Brad, I hope so too. Oh, that was really weird. I mean, it was a shock because I didn't expect it, but I mean, it was really weird. Blair says, hi Blair. Rena says, yes, we can write Melissa off because she was there that night. She pushed Bethany in the hole and buried her, and really she has a lot of reasons to hate the girls. Lol, they basically broke up. All, I feel like you're saying more there, and I'll wait for that. Oliver says, I think Charlotte needs to let it go, though, like spending 5 years lying to doctors in a mental institution to torture girls who literally did nothing to you. I completely agree. I was shocked, honestly, that Charlotte turned around and said that to Mona. She's like, oh, you thought you went through a lot before, but that was a picnic compared to what you're going to go through now. It's like, seriously? My God, like, you just got out of Radley again, like a second time. You'd think you would move on, girl. It's a bit weird. Ellen says to Crazens when they were trying to open Charles' grave. Yeah, that's what we're after. Blair says to Crazens, sorry for the delayed response. I had to put that Melissa theory out there, shorthand, lol. No, totally. We love that you did. Omar says, in an interview, the girls that play Spencer, Troyan, said it was real. It's not a book or a dream. She said that it would be disappointing to everybody if it was. Excellent. I'm glad Troyan said that. I love also that Troyan was saying to someone at one stage, they told us all to lie and all that, and my response to them was, well, everyone else can lie, but I'm not going to do that. So I feel like we can trust Troyan. Give me a sec. Crazen says, thanks to Ellen. Rena says, her relationships, lol, but on that note, if it is Melissa, I wish they had included her in the last couple of seasons. Yeah, exactly, me too. Laura says, hopefully Marlene addresses this Emma Thorwald thing. Yeah, I hope so. Wow, I mean, it's amazing. We've come up with a theory, or you guys have. I won't take credit for it. You did. You guys came up with this theory from this episode just gone by. So, like, you know, hopefully it gets explained. Blair says to Craisins, Melissa won't be as disappointing as I thought because of how involved she was in the beginning. Yes, so absolutely, because of how involved she was in the beginning, I agree. And the discussion she has with Spencer about how she's been protecting her the whole time, but the fact that we haven't seen her in a very long time and she's not continuously on the show would be partially disappointing for me if she was AD. Creighton said, I think the prize is the game shutting off and AD deciding not to terrorize them anymore. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, do we really think this is the end of AD? I mean, AD drove off into the sunset. That's wonderful. We need to find out who AD is. And unless Marlene is deciding that AD gets out and lays down on a banana lounge on the beach and reveals their face to us but not to the girls, that would really disappoint me. So I'm hoping AD comes back, or the girls find AD or something, because, yeah, I don't like the idea of AD just driving away. I don't like that at all. But do not forget, we're meant to be doing a time jump. So what's going on with this time jump? I thought it was going to happen in this episode, but I guess not. Oliver says there is a 1 year... Great minds think alike. There is a 1 year time jump before the finale. What do you think will bring AD back or cause them to reveal themselves having gotten away with it? Oliver, we are on the same wavelength. That's just what I was saying. I swear I did not look at your comment. Yeah, so I have no idea what will bring AD back, but I hope something does. Yeah, I don't know. AD says, Francois, how did Charlotte not have Mona's fingerprints all over her clothes? That is a very good point. I did wonder that myself. Laura says, does anyone know how soon into the finale we find out who AD is? No idea. Remember they did say when we were about to find out about Cece, we were told that in the first 10 minutes you know who A is. I don't feel like they've said anything so far for this reveal, so it could be right at the end. Honey says, Rear Window Brew is a connection to the name Emma that Ali wrote, which makes me think that Ezra is writing his own ending. I wasn't a huge fan of Roseanne, but I know after her husband died, she wrote the last few seasons with him in it. Okay, there you go. Laura says, oh my God, honey, if this whole thing ends with Ezra being AD and writing a book, I will flip out. Laura, you won't be alone. Honey says, me too, I don't like it at all. Blair says, AD, I was wondering about the fingerprints on Cece's body too. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's something that we should be surprised to have never come up before now. Suze Blue says, I think by this point, I'm not as bothered about who AD is, but why. And I would have to say part of me agrees. I do want to know the backstory. Because let's face it, could be anyone on the show, but a good backup and plenty of explanations would make the show. Yes, agreed. I hope they have a really good explanation. We'll have to see. Denise says, just finished the episode. Excellent, Denise. Yay, and welcome back. I love how Ezra defended Arya against the girls. I love that you love that. Personally, I did not like that, but I love that you did. Laura says, or if this is just a figment of his imagination or something, it would be very disappointing. Honey says, maybe Mary is stabbing Twinsa to give her a scar like Spencer's. Yeah, it's very possible. Michelle says, the puzzle, I thought it was Archer's face in the windshield. Hey, Michelle, you might be onto something there. I never once thought about it being the cracked windshield. I was always thinking about it being a veil. That is a good point. Amanda says, if episode 20 happens a year later, where are the babies? Rumor that fake baby is in fact twins. I prefer the fake baby storyline, but that would require another season. Yeah, I agree, but I would prefer it to be a fake pregnancy. Megan says, I loved that moment of Mary shushing Spencer with her fingers to her lips, brought a tear to my eye, and tied in with the opening sequence. I agree. It was so beautiful. Blair says, the 720 promo parts with Spencer and Mary and Spencer getting hit with a shovel by Mona, making me think Mona knows there is a Spencer mask floating around. Very possible, Blair. AD says, I watched... AD, I've lost you. Give me a sec. There we go. I watched Gossip Girl for 3 episodes, but then it got too lovey-dovey, and I don't like lovey-dovey. But I watched the reveal, and I hope my reveal is not the GG reveal. What I loved about Gossip Girl was trying to work out who Gossip Girl was. That's what I loved about it. But I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, I hope so too. Amanda says to Michelle, I also thought this because it does look like shattered glass. I'm so glad you guys thought this because I certainly thought it was a veil. So that's really awesome. Dario's here. Hey, Dario. Dario says, we were right. Oh, my God. Maybe not about AD, but we both predicted she killed Cece. Yes, we did, Dario. I'm so happy. Are you happy as well? Oh, it's amazing. Blair says, lol, and sorry again about the piecemeal Melissa theory. It's totally fine. I get that you're limited on the amount of characters you can use. Thank you for getting the whole comment out to me. I do appreciate it. Laura says, yes, maybe Mary stabbing Spencer is a flashback before Mary got put in jail. Could be. Blair says, and quickly, who shot Spencer? Was it actually AD? Because keep in mind, despite the fact that Jenna says, did you shoot Spencer? AD never responds. So who the heck shot Spencer? I need to know. Laura says, yes, maybe Mary stabbing Spencer. Yeah, I just read that, sorry. Blair says to Michelle, I like that idea about the face being Archer in the windshield. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? Suze Blue says, the way Cece was acting with Mona shows she's clearly still mentally ill and unstable. This could mean her reveal as A was a bunch of pure lies and maybe she was never Charles. Yeah, so there have been theories going around that Cece is not Charles. It'd be interesting if that was the case, but now that we only have one episode left, you guys, like, it's sort of, you know, it's hard to say it. We only have one episode left, you guys. I just don't feel like we have time to deal with any more of this Charles stuff. But Marlene, I want another season. I never thought I would say that, seriously. I really never did, but I do. Olivia's saying, who is Emma Thorwald? Yeah, so we're hopefully going to find out who it is. It was a name written on the blackboard in the Miss Rowland scene on the left-hand side of the blackboard. Crazen says, okay, sorry for the delay, but just checked the scene. Spencer does indeed say what she says in rest in yeah, she says what she says, which I don't know how to speak Latin, but what it means is rest in peace. But she gave it a weird pronunciation different to how I was taught in school. Well, there you go. Thank you, Craisins. Appreciate it. Laura says, I wonder what Marlene's role is in the last episode. Yeah, I'm really intrigued about that too. Apparently her son is going to be in there as well, and someone else. Let's say her girlfriend or something. It's going to be interesting. I still can't believe I did not know that Marlene was a lesbian. I think it's awesome that she is, or that she had a wife, or whatever you want to call it. I love that she does and is and whatever, but I just did not know. Laura says, I wonder what Marlene's role is. I just read that. Blair says, did I miss who Emma Thorwald is too? I'll have to go back and read or listen. Yeah, so no, I don't think we know who the person is. I just think we know that it was written on the blackboard, and we'll have to work out what's going on there. Crazen says to Olivia, she's a character in Rear Window. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I haven't seen Rear Window. She was a character in Rear Window, and apparently, according to Crazen's, Rear Window is so PLR because it's all about watching people in their houses from a hidden vantage point. So there you go. Sarah says, maybe Mona's confession was fake. A confession about killing Cece? I hope not. I really hope not. No, we love you, Sarah. We do. Crazen says it's all about one character peering into the apartments and lives of others. Ah, the Rear Window. Okay. See, keep getting confused because we're talking about Rear Window that I've never seen. AD says we find out who I am in the first 10 minutes, I think. Well, we'll have to see. I hope so, AD. But we'll see. Crazen says Emma Thorwald gets killed by her husband like Ellie. There you go. Honey says Marlene said we find out who AD is in the first hour. Oh, she did? Oh, excellent. If you can find where you found that and give me a copy of the link so I can look at it, I would really appreciate it. Did I freeze up there? I'm so sorry if I did, guys. Again, Honey, if you could give me the link to where Marlene said that we find out who AD is in the first hour, I would really appreciate that. Denise says to Craisins, the game shut off, but I don't think AD is done terrorizing. When it drove off into the sunset, it took the girls' game pieces with it. That is true, and that's probably why. Good connection, Denise. You guys, I am going to be finishing this chat at 1 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so that's in about 10 minutes. Sorry, but yeah, I'm like fully exhausted right now. But I appreciate all of you being here, so I'll read some more comments and then we'll say goodbye. But do not forget, while I am saying this, You're still with me. We are having another chat tomorrow night, 11 or tonight now because it's past midnight, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So today. So please come back and join me then. Brad says, I'm thinking AD driving off is to show that AD is not one of the liars or their partners since the police had closed the roads. It's possible. Crazen says, sorry, not killed by her husband. Ignore the above comment. Okay. Kathleen says, in your spare time, cough, cough, you should definitely watch Rear Window. It's an Alfred Hitchcock with Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly. It's great. Guess like Aria, I like film noir. Yeah, I should definitely check it out, Mum. Thanks for the recommendation. Definitely in my spare time, when I have spare time. Crazen says, I mean hurt by her husband. There you go. Whoa, so many comments. Blair says, just Sarah, I've started to try and accept certain things as truth from Mona just because there's no more time to lie from a serious perspective. Yeah, so I agree with you. Because time is running out, we sort of have to believe things. But I still think Mona could be AD. I don't want to give up the ghost. I really don't want to give it up. And if she is, oh, let's wait till my next video. Crazen says, and Emma Thorwald also fakes being ill, pregnant. Can't remember. Does this mean Ali is also faking? It might be so, Crazens, for sure. Oliver says, happy to be on the same wavelength. Haha, that's awesome, Oliver. Am I the only one questioning how AD pushed Hannah down the hole at the Lost Woods, which no one witnessed? Another reason I think she's AD. That is a very good point. It certainly could tie Hannah to being AD. Yeah, we never found out, so it's a plot hole that needs to be filled. Good one, Oliver. Laura says, I still want to know what this Aria red light cam is. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, are you talking about what Tana said about how she was spotted in somewhere? She was spotted in New Hampshire? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, because that's interesting. Oliver says, also people argue the twin size AD is mentioned in Hannah's dream by Spencer, but what if that's because Hannah herself is AD? Yeah, possible. And it would be a shock. Sarah says, Brad of the police has closed the roads. If the police has closed the roads, then I'm assuming even AD would have no way to get out. Yeah, you would think so, but who knows. Oliver says, and similar to Blair, sorry for circling this Hannah theory, I'm just 90% convinced, haha. No, I don't mind that at all. I have pretty much had no Hannah theories. I might have had one or two, but that's it. So bring on the Hannah theories, like all the way. I love it. What about Emily? Emily could be AD, right? I mean, it would be the biggest shock in Pretty Little Liars next to Emily saying, you know, and my henchman was Tippy the bird, which I would so love. Don't mistreat your animals. They're really smart. Oh, however, Tippy does her tweeting thing. Blair says, I didn't like Ezra defending Arya thing either. Sweet. I love that you didn't like it because it was so cool. Sorry, but Malcolm being left at a puppet show where Arya was feet away is not equal to Peter's murder confession on surround sound. Agreed. Completely agreed. And Arya's reasoning for doing this whole thing, the file of Ezra, no. No, not liking that at all. And then the fact that Ezra has the gall to say everything that he said to them, when the reason Arya had to do what she did with AD was because of what Ezra did to her. No, Ezra, no. I almost call shade. Michelle says to Crazens, all of this information from the dream sequence is definitely important. Why did they make Emily have the dream? Is she having suspicions? Very possible. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense otherwise that it was Emily. It certainly felt like it was meant to be Allison. So Debbie Deshays is here. Hey, Debbie, thank you for being here. And she says, so moving forward, Mona's in the last episode, so how? So how is she in the last episode? Because she's still alive, right? Is that what you mean? If you mean something else, let me know. Sarah says, maybe because Ali has had so many personas, AD is another persona, and Emily is worried. Certainly possible. And if AD turns out to be Allison, no one can really say anything because AD stands for Allison De Laurentiis. AD says moment of silence. Remind me again, write that again now, AD, and then when I get to your next one, we'll do the moment of silence. Thank you for for saying it though. Brad says they were only not letting the liars leave town since Tanner had warrants out on them. There you go. Laura says that Addison deranged girl and an additional 4 young actresses who we have not seen are in the finale. I bet this whole thing starts all over again. I don't like that. Yeah. Not that I don't like you, Laura. I like you a lot. I don't like that at all. We'll have to see what happens with that. But I don't like Addison. Oh, and I've frozen. Am I back? Hello. Oh, looks like I'm still there. That's so bizarre. Guys, if I'm still here, let me know, because it looks like I'm not. It's weird. What's going on there? Okay, hopefully I'm still here, you guys. It looked like I cut out for a while there, but I'll keep going. So Blair says, am I the only one who thought that AD was actually driving back to Rosewood? Hey, it's possible. I like that, driving back rather than driving away. Dario says, I think Toby's twin is AD, Chris Kavanagh, or one of the family members. Yeah, so people have been talking to me about Chris Kavanagh. I think it does make a lot of sense. I've seen theories. Yeah, I would like to know more about that. Honey says, I really hope Mona is a... Right back at you, girl. I am so with you on that. We'll have to see, girl. Blair says, Keene, New Hampshire, lol, Aria's weird alibi video location. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for telling me, but yeah, weird. Suze Blue says, I read a theory that Melissa always knew Spencer as a twin, and when we've seen Spencer's image being there when Melissa made her confession tape was actually her twin making her do it. Ooh, that's interesting. Denise says, taking it back a few seasons, I'm still lost you, Denise. I'm still wondering what Garrett meant when he told Spencer he was trying to protect her. What was he going to reveal to her and who killed him? Yeah, I agree. We were finally getting something out of Garrett on that freaking train, and the next thing you know, Garrett's dead. That really annoyed me. Thank you for taking me back there, though. It was a simpler time back then on the ghost train. Landon's here. Hey, Landon. Sorry, we're not going to be here for much longer, but we are doing a chat. Well, tonight, Thursday night, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But thank you. You did make it, so thank you for being here. Laura says, Suze Blue, that would seem legit. What was Suze Blue talking about? Yeah, the Spencer and the Spencer twin with Melissa. Yeah, I completely agree. It'll be interesting, and it does seem legit. Blair says to Oliver, I'd like it if Hannah was AD because it would be an incredible twist and the sudden Caleb wedding would have made even more clout, even more sense, I'm guessing you're saying? Yeah, definitely. Sarah says, I mean, AD could have been driving down the road to get some ice cream for all we know. We don't really know that they were going in and out of Rosewood. We're just assuming. Yeah, exactly. We will never know. Thank you, everyone, for telling me that I am back. I appreciate it. AD is calling for a moment of silence, so we are definitely going to have it. And then I'm going to have to go, you guys, because, like, I've been... With a 10-minute break, I've been basically doing this for, like, nearly 3 hours straight. So I'm definitely going to go and get some shut-eye. It's really late here. But tonight, at Australian Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m, so adjust accordingly, we will do another Pretty Little Liars chat. For those of you who are new to the Pretty Little Liars chat here, comment below and let me know, or any comment below and let me know, chat for that matter. We do something here with our family. We call it a moment of silence. What the moment of silence is it's basically our way of holding hands around the world. There are different people from all different parts of the world. Like, I'm from Australia, as are some others. Some people are from America, some are from Europe, and we've got people from all around the world. It's a lovely moment to be together. I'd like to say, if you, first of all, I want to say if you'd like to join our family, please subscribe because we do lots of videos on PLL and we are doing more chats and you'll be notified that way if you just subscribe. I'm looking to get to 250 subscribers if I can by the time AD is revealed, so we'll see if that happens. Today, for our moment of silence, not only are we going to do it for all of us, but it's going to be a celebration for us, for Janelle Parrish, for Mona, and for Marlene for finally doing something right. So, a moment of silence, if you will. Ugh. Nice little shimmers. Thanks, guys. That was absolutely wonderful. And you know what's really funny? The first thing I saw when I shut my eyes was Mona. So I know I'm going to have good dreams tonight. Thank you so much once again to all of you for joining me for my live reactions video. If you joined me, it was definitely an exclusive because it didn't even make it up as a video. But this one certainly will. So if you didn't make it to our live chat, then you can certainly watch this back and comment below and let me know your thoughts on the episode and anything that and everything that came up in this live chat. Once again, if you have not subscribed, please do. I follow Pretty Little Liars, but I also follow Shadow Hunters. And coming up in, I think it's not even a month or just over a month, we're going to be doing the Fosters as well. I'm so looking forward to the Fosters coming back. So if you are into the Fosters, you'll definitely want to subscribe for that as well. And we're also going to be doing some other things coming up as well. I want to be talking about some social issues. So it's not just TV stuff that we do here. We're going to be doing an LGBTIQ chat, which has been requested by a few people, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be doing a Charmed TV show chat, which I'm also looking forward to. Definitely would like to pay tribute to the three sisters because I just love that show so much, and so do you guys, which is awesome. But if you have any other recommendations of chats you would like to have or topics you would like to be brought up, please comment below and let me know. Also, if you are new to the chat, I say something at the end of every chat. Those people who are part of my family know exactly what it is, and I would not be surprised at all right now if I went back to the chat and saw them actually typing in what it is that I say. And you know what, to prove my point, I'm going to go back to the chat and see if people are writing the words that I say at the end of every video. Wow, people are saying a lot of really good things at the moment. Sarah's saying we can share our coming out stories. We so can. That'll be awesome. Yeah, they're all popping up, you guys. So read what's coming up in front of you because that's what we say at the end of every Pretty Little Liars episode. Let's just see if I can get a few more things in and then we'll have to go. Honey Hepburn says, I'm at work and have to have a meeting now, so I have to say it early. Two can keep the secret if one of them's AD. Mwah. Love it, Honey Hepburn. AD said, almost caught up, Francois. Yes. Blair says, if someone wants to join me, I'm listening to AD's Patsy Cline favorites and that song Renee Zellweger sang at Hugh Grant in Bridget Jones Can't Live Without You. Before the next chat, let me know, lol. That would be awesome, Blair. I wish I could, but I have to go to bed. Sarah said, Blair, I totally thought of Bridget Jones too. Ellen says, thank you, Francois. Loved it like always, and I calmed down. Yay, so did I. So thank you. I'm still really happy though. Kathleen says, thank you. Good night, Francois. Sweet dreams. XOXO. Thanks, Mom. Love you. Esther says, sweet dreams, and thank you so much again. We'll place the link ASAP. Thanks, Esther. I appreciate it. Olivia says, you're awesome. Thanks so much for answering so many questions. You're so welcome, Olivia, and I'm going to do it all again at 11 p.m. Laura says, you're the best, Francois. Rest up. Oh, thanks, Laura. Right back at you, girl. Sarah says, this was amazing. Can't wait for more. Good night. You're amazing, Sarah, and don't ever forget it. We love you. Good night, Sarah. Blair says to Sarah, great minds. Oh, thank you, Blair. Debbie says, Mona is supposed to be going to the authorities by means of the doctor. I'm not going to read that because it's a PLL thing, so I'm just going to be saying good night to you guys. But thank you, Debbie, for being here. I do appreciate it. Sarah says, yes, I'd love to have an LGBTIQ chat and Charmed. Yeah, totally. So we're definitely going to do that. You guys don't think that we're not going to. We are. I just want to get through PLL first, and then we'll do it. And the Charmed one as well. Blair says, love these chats and all of you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Blair. We love you too, and everyone else here. Comment below and let me know. I really want to get through all, but I don't think I will. Sarah says, we can share our coming out stories, which I read. I think that would be amazing, Sarah, really. So, yeah, thank you for saying that. I think we will. AD says, two can keep secret if one of them's AD. Everyone is saying that, so we're going to do it in a moment. Debbie says, love your accent and tried to get to you sooner. Oh, that's absolutely sweet. Thank you, Debbie. It's Australia, I guess. My accent is a mixture of Australian, Dutch, and English. So, and by English I mean like England English. So it's a bit all over the place. I mean, your typical Australian would say, "G'day, mate, put a shrimp on the barbie," but I don't talk like that. So you can be forgiven if you don't think it's an Australian accent. Ellen says yes to Sarah. To what with Sarah? About the chats, yeah, that will be awesome. Denise and Sarah saying she can keep a secret. Ellen says, I'm going to make my girlfriend watch the LGBT live chat or video. That'd be awesome, Ellen. I'd love it if she could come along. And Tokyo Fatisha saying she can keep a secret. Debbie says we need to so totally celebrate this coming of the end and the beginning of a sequel. Yes, Debbie, we definitely will. Love Forever says, am I late? How late am I? I'm sorry, Love Forever, you're late in that we're about to finish. But we are back at 11 p.m. Australian Standard Time tomorrow. So don't forget, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Denise says, does anyone watch Scream, the TV series? It's sort of like PLL. People turn up dead and an entity sending texts. So let Denise know if you do. I used to, but I don't anymore. All right, guys. So thank you once again so much. Again, as we know, YouTube will not upload my live reaction, but I did do one. Thank you for those of you who were there for that. Thank you if you followed me over to the Shadowhunters chat, and thank you if you remained around the whole time for this impromptu Pretty Little Liars chat. I have to say, without a doubt, my favorite episode I've seen so far. And for the second last episode of the entire series, it was absolutely amazing. So once again, if you are new, please subscribe. And if you are new, we are now going to say what we said in the video, and you can practice and say along with us next time. It's sort of like our way of saying amen, but we don't say amen. What we say is, do not forget to can keep the secret if one of them is AD. I love you guys. Mwah. Don't forget, Mona killed Cece. Bye, guys.